Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. I've been running, y'all, all yesterday afternoon and all morning, and still got a lot more running to have to do. Oh Lord, and Jill and Husan are doing the bulk of the cooking. She mainly just wants me to prep everything today, so I'm so disappointed because one of Jill's exercise mates, I don't know what they're called, one of the girls that she exercises with, she told Jill a different way to make her homemade yams, and I know I'm not going to be happy with it. Y'all, Jill makes the best homemade candied yams I've ever eaten. I never made them from scratch. I guess Mama never did. She always opened up a can of those Bruce's yams, and we would throw in a little brown sugar and honey, and that was our I would bake them in the oven, and that was our candied yams. But one time we were at my sister Bobby's for Thanksgiving, and she made them using fresh yams, and Jill watched her and got her recipe, and she's been making them like that ever since. But it is a lot of work. It's you know, you have to peel the yams, and then you have to cut them up into chunks, and then I believe she fries them in oil, and then you have to drain all of that off. So you got your pan with all the oil and all that mess, and then she puts them into a baking pan. No, she doesn't. So she's got the oil, the skillet and oil and all that mess, so she has to clean that up, and then she puts them back in a cast iron skillet, and then she adds the brown sugar, and I don't know what all she puts in it. So anyway, her exercise mate told her how to cook them in the oven, so they're not going to be fried this year. She's really stressing out about Thanksgiving and all the side dishes that she and I are preparing, and Husani has decided to fry a turkey. I said, he's going to fry a turkey? Are you kidding? That's going to cost $500. She said, Mom, I'm staying out of it. I'm not saying a word about it. She said, once he makes his mind up, you know, there's no changing it. So I figure some of his co-workers are probably frying a turkey or have fried turkeys in the past, and probably have told him how delicious they are, so he's decided to fry a turkey this year. I'm sure he bought all of the equipment for it, and the thermometers and peanut oil and all of those things, and the little syringe things that you inject the turkey with. I know Jason injects his turkey with some type of Cajun seasonings. So we'll see. We don't have to worry about getting up early in the morning and cleaning out a turkey. I always hated that, y'all. How many of y'all have cooked a turkey with the neck and the gizzards and liver still stuffed in the neck part of the turkey? I don't think I ever did, but I've come close to it, and I've heard of people cooking it with that still in it. So if you're one of my youngsters that watch me and cooking the turkey for the first time, make sure you clean out the cavity really good and the neck. There will be some type of turkey part stuffed in the neck cavity. Thaw it out in water or in the bottom of your refrigerator. Don't leave it sitting out on the countertop for hours, because then it could go bad or get salmonella on it. I have to pick the baby up at 11:30. I can't wait to see her, y'all. She's so funny. She's got the cutest little personality. They both do. They're similar, but they're very different too. They're both brilliant. I told Jill I want to make sure she gets Issa tested for, well, when Jeremy was back when he was tested, he went into what it was called the gifted program back in the 80s, but I'm sure it's probably called an advanced placement or something like that now. But y'all, she was so smart to take those hair ties and put them around the handle of the stroller and then secure the bottles for her Arabic speaking camel and her star belly. That little star belly, it's got a battery operated and a light, and its belly has a plastic star on it, and at night it lights up, and if the belly's facing upward, which it usually is, then it shines a star on her ceiling. But when I'm there, and Jill has started washing and drying most all of the laundry now, so all I do is fold it, and then Jill said, don't put it in baskets, because then it'll end up sitting in the baskets for 2 or 3 days before she gets around to putting them up. She said, just leave everything on the bed in stacks. So then in the evening, after they finished dinner, actually they started, I didn't even tell them, neither did Jill. They just went in there and started getting their little stacks and, holding it in their little hands like that, running up the stairs and putting it in their dresser drawers. Y'all, I don't understand these parents that do everything for their children. It's really doing them a disservice, because they become adults and they don't even know how to wash and dry clothes or fold them or iron. I mean, nowadays the youngsters don't even know how to drive. They don't even want to drive. Jill has a neighbor with a daughter that graduated from high school. I think she graduated this past spring. And she's going to culinary school in another town. And they have an extra car. The friend's mother has moved in with them, and she's got early stages of dementia, so she's not driving. So Jill said to her friend, why doesn't your daughter take that car and get her driver's license? And Jill's friend said she doesn't want to learn how to drive. And she's like 19 years old. So she has to take an Uber to her job. And then when she's home and she gets hungry, she calls DoorDash or Uber Eats to bring her food. Y'all, that would drive me crazy. Oh, I just couldn't wait to get my driver's license and be able to drive and get out of the house and away from door. I left extra early because, y'all, during the holidays, it's like everybody comes out from the woodwork. It's crazy. Oh. I mean, traffic is just backed up, usually bumper to bumper, so I'm really surprised and happy that it's moving well this morning. I definitely don't want to be there and have to pay. It's a ridiculous amount for after school. It's like $1 a minute or something, $15 for 15 minutes if they have to keep them for after school. I think it's more of a punishment price than it is to cover their expenses, because the teachers want to go home. They don't want to have to stay there. And y'all, when I was babysitting, that happened to me nearly every day, and I never liked confrontation, so I never would confront the mother about it. I would just get angry and then keep all that anger boiled up inside of me. But I had one that was a school teacher, and I kept her little girl, Lacey. She's the one I told y'all about, but I know I have a lot of new subscribers here. But I had a little daycare. Jill was still only 3 or 4 years old, and so I wanted to stay home with her. And John had a good job. He was working for Metco. So I started doing this child care. And this Lacey, her mom and dad, her grandfather was pastor of the Methodist Church. And Lacey's mother would just get her out of the crib, put her in the car, and bring her to me, and didn't even change her diaper. Y'all, when she would hand that baby to me, you could hear the diaper would just squish. Oh, that used to make me so mad. So I had to clean all that up and change her and get her cleaned up and feed her. And then I had toddlers coming in. This one lady, I kept all 3 of her children, and 2 of them were school age. I had to get them on the bus with my 2 kids. was just crazy. And then they wouldn't come pick them up. My hours were 8 till 6. And even the school teacher, she would wait until 6 o'clock to come pick up Lacey. She wouldn't even come pick her up when she got out of school at 3:30 or 4. And I only charged $10 a day. And I fed them. I really should have charged a lot more. And then I was keeping a baby for this lady who was married to a doctor. And they were a young couple. They hadn't been married that long. And she used to just brag about their money and tell me how they had to hire a financial planner. And so she came and picked up the little boy, and she didn't pay me. So the next day, the doctor brought him, and I told him that, that he owed me the $10 because the mother didn't pay me the day before. And he said, yes, she did. She told me that she paid you. I mean, I would have known. I would have had the $10, right? It just got to be so frustrating and aggravating that I just had to stop it. I couldn't take it anymore. Okay, I'm almost at Ife School. Gosh, I made it in 15 minutes. It's unbelievable. Y'all see me? I'm stopping. I'm not driving like a Evel Knievel anymore. I finally got enough tickets to hurt my pocketbook to where I've learned to slow down. So I will try to make a video later while I'm doing my prep work. If not, I will see y'all in the next video. Please give me a thumbs up and share. And please subscribe. And y'all just keep on coming back. Y'all, there's a Rolls Royce behind me. Y'all ever see them? I do see them up here every now and then. This one is silver. I've seen a white one a few times. And I've even seen a Rolls Royce SUV and a Lamborghini SUV. An Aston Martin SUV. Must be nice. Even if I had the money, I wouldn't. I'd be afraid somebody would follow me home and shoot me and steal it. I'd be afraid to drive it.